All right, so today I would like to play a little game. This game you might all be familiar with from childhood. It's a game called This or That. We're going to be doing the musical version of This or That. This is a common argument that has been raging for, I don't know, 50 plus years. But you tell me in the comments which one you prefer, the Beatles or the Rolling Stones. I used to lean more towards the Beatles, but now I think I'm all in on the Rolling Stones. I saw them in concert with my son at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta last year, and it was a fantastic show. Unbelievable show, sounded amazing. And even though Mick Jagger is like, he might be 175 years old, and I think Keith Richards is immortal. And for all of you Gen Xers out there, we're gonna move forward into the 90s, and we're gonna be talking about two of my favorite bands, Pearl Jam or Nirvana. This or that, which one do you prefer? It's changed over the years for me, but I'm going with Nirvana. I'm all in on Nirvana. For all you millennials out there, we're gonna move forward into the 2000s. And there were two really popular groups in the 2000s, This or That, NSYNC, or Backstreet Boys. For me, I'm picking neither, and I know that that might be unpopular, but it seems like in the 2000s, you could not get away from hearing an NSYNC or a Backstreet Boys song, and I was just done with it. And I'm old. I like old rock and roll music, so y'all pick, y'all fight it out in the comments. Let me know which one you think. Hey everybody, my name is Tim Gibson, and my channel is all about North Georgia real estate, not music and different bands, but I do love music. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. We are going to be releasing a bunch of content about North Georgia. And if you are thinking about moving to the area, please reach out. My contact info is on the screen. Without further ado, let's talk about This or That Real Estate Edition. So for our first installment of This or That Real Estate Edition, we are going to be talking about a little town called Cumming, Georgia, which is about 45 minutes north of Atlanta, Georgia, which is the capital of the state of Georgia. Cumming, Georgia is in Forsyth County, and it has really grown in the past probably 10 to 20 years or so. It's ballooned to a population of, I don't know, maybe somewhere around 250,000 people. Very popular place to live, lots to do in Forsyth County. So we're gonna compare and contrast two or three houses from the area, and you tell me which one you would prefer on this edition of This or That. So we're going right around the median price point in Forsyth County, Georgia. And we picked three houses that are a little bit different from each other, in some cases a lot different from each other, so that we can sort of compare and contrast and go, well, what would you pick for this price? So primarily what buyers are concerned about is substitution. Really, most of the time when you're shopping for anything, let alone a house, you're thinking, all right, what else can I get for my money? So we're gonna just look at three different houses that are right around the same price, that are different from each other, and you tell me which one you prefer. First on the list, we're gonna be talking about 4345 Settlers Grove Road in Cumming, Georgia. This is in the northern part of Forsyth County. I thought this one was interesting, especially for the price. So what you might notice first is that this house was built in 2006. What stands out to me first and foremost is the amount of bedrooms and bathrooms and square footage in this house for this price. You have 6 bedrooms and 3.5 bathrooms. You do not see a lot of houses have 6 bedrooms anymore. So I thought that was interesting. Next up is the square footage. Listed square footage is 4,207 square feet, and it sits on a lot that's just under a quarter acre. Aside from the square footage and the bedrooms and bathrooms, looking at this without scrolling through the pictures, I thought, well, this has got to be on a basement, because usually you see something that's got 5 or 6 bedrooms or more, it's on a basement, and especially at over 4,000 square feet. But this one is actually on a slab. So I'll show you some of the pictures of this house. We're gonna just take a look at this, and we're gonna compare it to the other two that we're gonna show you, and you tell me what you think. Obviously this house is vacant. Looks like you got some nice wood floors there. 2-story living area, nice dining room. Looks like they've upgraded the fixtures. Pretty nice kitchen there with an island, nice backyard. I mean, this is a nice house. It's a lot of square footage, like I said, for the money, and everything looks, relatively updated on this house. All right, so keep the bedrooms, bathrooms, and the square footage in mind, especially on this house, because we're gonna go to another one that's very closely priced, but it's a lot different. All right, so next on the list, this one is priced just $1 below the house we just looked at. This house is located at 4125 Oakwood Trail in Cumming, Georgia, listed at $574,999. So for a couple of points of contrast, this house was built in 1980. It sits on a lot that's just over an acre, 1.05 acres. The square footage is less than half of the house we just saw. It's 1,916 square feet. So let's take a look at the photos and kind of see what the deal is on this one. All right, so for a house that was built in 1980, obviously this has been renovated. Looks like the landscaping has been redone. It's probably either been painted or pressure washed. New LVP flooring. Looks like the entire house has been renovated. Kitchen looks pretty nice, big island, you got a nice, painted brick fireplace in there. Definitely more of a modern twist. Seems pretty cool. Looks like the kitchen is nice and you got a lot of cabinet space and looks like probably quartz countertops there, nice backsplash. I don't know, this thing's been updated and it's on over an acre. I know a lot of people that contact me through YouTube want a little bit bigger lots. So do you need more square footage? Like the last one we saw. That was over 4,000 square feet. Or are you looking for something that's a little bit more modern but smaller and on a bigger lot? This or that, so far, you tell me which one you think. Okay, last but not least, we are going to look at something that's even different than the other two that we just saw. This is 6035 Hendricks Road in Cumming, Georgia. This one is listed a little bit higher at $580,000. You got 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms, 2,615 square feet, and it's almost a new house. It was built in 2023, and it sits on a lot that's just under an acre at 0.84 acres. Let's look at this one and kind of see what the difference is between what we saw on the other two just now. First off, you have a pretty large lot for Forsyth County, something that is in a neighborhood, especially something that's new. Sort of a craftsman style house, which is pretty common for the area. This one is on a slab as well. LVP flooring, similar to the house we just saw that had been renovated. Nice dining room, nice yard, 2-car garage. Open floor plan here, nice stone fireplace, big island. Kitchen looks great. Kitchen looks kind of similar to the one we just saw. Pretty modern looking. This is basically a new house. Looks like it's on a nice lot. You don't have to worry about anything that's been renovated. You don't have to worry about a house that's almost 20 years old. All right, so we looked at 3 different houses in Forsyth County in Cumming, Georgia. Like I mentioned, very popular place to live. And we looked at 3 houses and all 3 were priced right around $575,000 to $580,000. Each different house offered some unique features. First house, as you remember, you had a ton of bedrooms. You had over 4,000 square feet. It had been updated a little bit. Second house was an older house that had been renovated, definitely looked more modern, had a larger lot. And then last but not least, we have a house that's basically brand new. Pretty decent sized lot, 2,600 square feet. I thought it was a super nice house, super modern. On the inside, craftsman style on the outside, which is popular for the area. That's a tough choice. So out of these 3 options, you tell me which features are most important to you and what you're looking for. And in your opinion, which one justifies the price the most? That concludes our first episode of This or That. And if you guys like this video and get some traction, then maybe we will add some different areas. Tell me in the comments which areas you'd like to see me cover for a This or That, maybe second edition. Of course, let me know if you have any questions about North Georgia real estate. And as always, my phone number is on the screen. Call me if you have any questions. We'll see you on the next video.